Hey guys, I'm Richard. This is Grey Wizard Gaming, and I am not talking about incognito today. But I wanted a board game, and I just thought it was appropriate for my conversation today. I'm going to try to keep this short. It's going to be really hard because I'm very passionate about this subject. Politics in gaming. How do you handle it? And how do you guys deal with it? I'm looking forward to comments on this post in particular. It is my opinion. This is a rant, so I can basically say whatever I want, but I'm gonna try to stay away from fighting for my perspectives on the topics and instead stay focused on the affliction of politics on this country this year in particular. When should it affect your gaming table? And some of you are probably going to say no, never. I disagree personally. I think there's topics that we should ignore and should not bring up at the gaming table. I think that it is totally reasonable to have a difference of opinion on how much land should be set aside for natural, like just leave it alone, and versus how much should be constructed on to allow people to create human works of art and business. It's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable discussion. I think it's reasonable to say, I think that 24% of our income should go towards helping society, including ourselves, or 10%, or 8%, or 0%. You guys are nuts, but I love you. It's fine. I don't think that there's some areas that we can accept in our fellow gamers. So if you support a system that is very authoritarian and you're like, you know what, they should be able to murder people with little to no consequences. They're in a tough job and they deserve to defend themselves against the criminals of the world. Or if you think it's a cop's job to always de-escalate. They're the ones that are supposed to have had the training. They don't get the training, by the way, guys. That's a different discussion. But they're supposed to have had the training, and they're supposed to be trusted to know when not to use their weapons. Those are two different extreme points. And I think that it is reasonable to say that if you're a white guy in Phoenix, playing video games with your girlfriend, you should not expect to be murdered by the cops. Not if you're a black guy either, or Latino, or Asian, or anything. You should not have to worry that you are playing your video games a little too loud and the cops are about to come in your door and murder you. You should not have to worry about that. And if you support those cops, then you're not welcome at my gaming table. And I think that's reasonable. I think that we should have an agreement of some sort that there's certain topics that you just say, I'm sorry, this is too extreme. I can't let you at my gaming table any longer. That's it, period. I have banned several people off of my social list, things like that, because they will support man, I can't even speak today, guys. I'm so passionate. I'm so just incensed. They support these jackbooted thugs. When I was growing up, I viewed officers. I have a grandpa who was in the police. He was a motorcycle cop. I have friends and family who were cops. I viewed them as to protect and serve. Serve, guys. Serve. I can't emphasize that enough. I feel like I pay a lot of taxes, guys. Like 28, 30%. And I'm for it. Everyone's like, yeah, it sucks to have to pay so much taxes. I'm like, yeah. I feel like it is a gift that I give back to the country that has done very well for me. So am I sad a little bit about what I'm allowed to keep out of my account? Yeah, I'm a little bit sad, but I also view it as something that I'm happy to give back. And I'm happy to give to charity, and I'm happy to help make the country better. That's what I view. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like my tax dollars are doing. And so when I pay for a person in a uniform with, a gun and taser and a vehicle and all this stuff, I'm thinking that I am paying to hire a person to serve me and you and everybody else. That's your job, is to serve. That's why I pay you. And I do view that I'm paying him because I pay a lot of taxes. I'm not going to protect my employee, meaning a cop, if they're bad. And if the whole system is supporting these bad cops, then I want major reorganization, the same way that I would do in my corporations. Is I would demand a restructuring from the top down, because that's how you do things. You don't fire the people at the bottom and hope it's going to be different next time. You fire from the top and you change things down, not up. So, what do we do this year, guys? What do we do? Well, we increase our ban lists. We politely, we don't need to be angry about this. We just say, you know what? I can't agree on this topic, and that's normally fine. But also, I think there's some topics that are too important to ignore. I don't care if you're a different religion than I am. That doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you believe in masks, don't believe in masks. Maybe you believe in masks, but you demand not to be told to wear a mask. I don't care about any of that stuff. Does it irritate me? Of course it does. If you want to push being a Zoroastrian, I'm like, hey, I don't care about that. Just don't do that, guys. But if you support murderers, and you say, but my perspective, they're not murderers, I don't need your perspective on this topic. The guy was playing video games with his girlfriend, and it doesn't matter the color of his skin, and it shouldn't matter. And if you're a white person and you're angry because a white person was murdered for playing video games with his girlfriend, but you don't care about Philando Castile, who was pulled over, announced he had a gun, was following orders, and was murdered, I really don't want you at my gaming table, because it's not enough just to be incensed by the police when you feel like it could have been you because you like video games. No, you have to stand up for justice all the time, guys. You have to stand up for justice all the time, or it will be you. That's how this works. You have to stand up for justice all the time. So that's me. That's, you guys who watch my videos, you're watching me. I want you to know where I stand. And I want you to know that if you come from out of town and you watch my videos, you're welcome at my gaming table, except on this topic. Stand up for justice. Stand up for justice for everyone. Stand up for justice for all skin colors and all religions, because I will fight to protect a Christian or a Muslim to believe in their views even though they don't share mine. It's okay, because equality is for all people. However, when some people are being hurt, you have to protect them first before you can get to everybody else. That's also how this stuff works. So, all right, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much.